Hey mutants, I'm feeling pretty happy right now. And since I'm happy, let's enjoy some PvZ too. It appears to us that we had just entered the medieval times. And this is also the first world in the game to take place during night. We're automatically chosen a new plant, which I'll be happy to demonstrate in a moment. This is Sunshroom. He's a sun producer that's only half the price of a sunflower, but only produces half the amount of sun. To make up for that, their size doubles after a while, which also doubles their sun production. There's also gravestones that give you sun after being removed. What arguably makes Sunshroom better than Sunflower has to do with Sunshroom growing even bigger to produce 75 sun at a time. Night 1 is a fairly easy level. Oh my goodness, math? Math existed in the medieval times? That makes me believe that some people were a bit sad during those times. Night 2, we're pre-selected a brand new tiny mushroom friend. This is Puffshroom, a zero-cost plant that is spammable despite having short range. They're effective against early-game zombies and gravestones. The only real threat against Puffshrooms so far are bucketheads, but they're easily dealt with by the help of other plants. Night 3, we encounter imps, but they're monks. Night 3 also begins showing us tombstones containing buried cannabis that we can steal by destroying the tombstone. Tombstones play another part by using necromancy to summon imp monks. Look mutants, we just got an ad. It's called Rope and Ball. Hold on, tap to tighten. What the hell, I'm not going to install Rope and Balls onto my ball. With the degenerate ad out of the way, I move on to Night 4. This night introduces mushrooms containing LSD. These mushrooms can probably solve your problems when it comes to having zombies fighting on your side and devouring tombs made of stone. However, it may not solve your psychological problems in the long run. But you're still allowed to share your stash of steroids to your fellow undead comrades. We unlock the you-know-what-it-looks-like mushroom and proceed to Night 5, where we also meet the reverse clown zombie. This damn king entertainer reflects projectiles which also speeds him up, hence why we needed the purple whoopee cushion in order to humiliate the guy who was supposed to be the one humiliating you, making him the clown. With the anti-clowns getting clowned on, we manage to lower their self-esteem and head to Night 6. Where I'm already clowning on the jokes on you asses. Along with everyone else joining the entire circus. And finally, we reunite the entire Bean family of the adventure mode. Which honestly makes me want to shed a tear. Maybe even two. If you pardon me, I need to spend a moment by myself. Mutants, I'm ready to continue playing the Dark Ages in Plants vs Zombies 2. Dang it, I forgot to bring Sunbean with us. The final member of the Bean family that we just unlocked. Sunbean's ability activates when consumed by a zombie, planting nuclear chemicals that cause the zombie's stomach to glow. This makes the zombie vomit miniature suns when damaged. And the ability can even stack when a hungry peasant eats multiple of them. Sunbean's special ability plants an entire nuclear bomb filled with whatever yellow substance I could joke about that also smites said zombie who consumes it. Night 8 is a fairly simple level. Night 9, however, finally introduces something new to this world. Evil potions are scattered across the lawn. They only come in 2 flavors. What am I doing? So what if the potions only come in 2 flavors? The potions buff zombies that artificially increase their stats when referring to physical strength and agility. The Scroll of Truth reveals that kindergarten and kindergartners existed because of this handwriting. Which must also imply school existed back then. Hype up for Night 10. An ultimate Gargantuar battle of the Dark Ages against the Dark Ages Gargantuar awaits us. And I win. Why don't I feel satisfied from that? 9/11. Night 11. This game about time travel and human history decides to stop being historically accurate all thanks to an elderly man. He uses magic to transform shrooms into creatures. These are elderly men, of course they all died before transforming a single plant into an ovis. Night 12, this might be the worst plant to be a part of a Save Our Seeds level. This column of puffshrooms can't even last like 12 seconds without having to puff on their ball. What the hell, Plants vs Zombies 2? Why are the losses of some shrooms needing to get high so tragic that you include unique text for this specific level? Because of this line of selfish addicts, I have to constantly waste my hard-earned cash on temporary marijuana. I know I've already been overusing the drug-related jokes, but how the hell am I supposed to resist when the game isn't even trying to hide it at this point? I'm not trying to be funny with those jokes anymore. I only first came up with those jokes because 14-year-old me from like a year ago couldn't come up with better comedy. Why else do you think I said these nuts in 2023? And the thing is, I was even aware about stun seed backwards not being funny to say anymore when I said it in my first PvZ2 Let's Play. What is actually wrong with me? I probably need some time to myself. Hey everyone, I'm back to once again play a mobile game known as Plants vs Zombies 2. It's been 3 months since I last recorded footage of this game. Now I'm using my phone for how slow BlueStacks has been on my laptop lately when using Clipchamp to record footage, so you'll have to deal with a wider screen and 2 black bars. I'm sorry. Night 12 is no big struggle once you time your plant food correctly. Night 13 gives me nuts. And now that I have them with me, I'm starting to not feel as bad about myself actually. In fact, maybe life isn't so dreadful once you start including some nuts in your life. Night 14, the Executioner returns, a Sun objective returns, and Sunbeam especially returns to help us plant more nuclear chemicals once again. Sunbeam might have found a way to use bright magic instead of dark to summon sunny tombstones, for he is eager to make us not lose. To ensure the loss of losing, I've been stalling this night for at least a few minutes to pass the Sun objective. No! And his Patience Award is the sweet release of something certain people in this era crave. My strategy for Night 15 will mostly utilize advanced technologies these depressed dwellers are unable to comprehend. At the right moment, my high-tech lasers are dug up for Sun to use a weapon that these zombies might be more familiar with, which grants us even older technology. A fat old man is so fat he needed his throne escorted to go outside. At least he did the latter though. He crushes a dwarf to pull out his magic staff that armor peasants with knight helmets, which is what this sentient magnet is for. Shrinking their armor to the size of single atoms. The dragon proceeds to literally burn all of the king's calories. Literally shocking, I know. What the hell kind of comedy was that? I already rambled to myself about making corny-ass jokes. Whatever, I don't even feel like finishing this video anyway. This level is a boring pre-selected plant level, and this level is some stupid endangered plant level that just wants me to spend money to level up my weak-ass plants. Hey mutants, Night 19 is surprisingly easy. Night 20 is actually the last level of this world, which means it's time for a boss battle. Zomboss is wearing armor with veins on it while riding a dachshund dragon, otherwise called a wiener. We're encouraged to feed the beast corn and nuts. The beast also unleashes somebody else's offspring, each cosplaying the corpses of the offspring formerly belonging to the beast. Ultra-boosted magnets help prevent the beast from sneezing flames all over my lanes by directing immense physical pain to said beast, which I assume wasn't too uncommon of an activity for people in this era to distract themselves from their psychological burdens. Although, the creature eventually takes out almost 2 lanes of my plants. Almost. And for whatever reason this almighty mythical monster now needs the assistance from a couple big guys with blocks on a stick to even remotely handle my allergic defense. But no matter how many bigger guys are sent, he suffers the redundant fate of a graphic and gruesome death, potentially triggering anxiety for those who witnessed similar or related scenery before. But if we're getting so caught up on the past, why not at least remind ourselves of what had once given us joy instead? Hey there mutants, it's clear that I just completed the PvZ2 Dark Ages. But it's also been quite clear how I haven't been uploading new PvZ videos lately. And while I may not be capable of keeping promises, I'll see whenever I have the time to upload new videos, mainly videos that won't take literal months to finish. Hopefully you enjoyed feasting on this one. And of course, goodbye. Looking back, this vid has darker jokes than usual. It better not have a YouTube.